Tonight, stolen images used in pro-Trump accounts. Who's behind them? Katie Polglaze has this Outfront investigation.
Debbie is heading home from work in Luxembourg, Northern Europe. Crossing the border into Germany, she races back to her son. Hello. And of course, Lou. But Debbie's day doesn't end there. She's also a professional model. Her image, not only her identity, but her source of income, helping support her and her son. But it's been stolen, used in a pro-Trump account on X, attracting nearly 30,000 followers in less than 6 months.
Here it is. Luna. Yeah, that's very crazy.
And when you see these views, you know, it's saying vote for Trump in 2024, what's your reaction?
To be honest, what the was my reaction? That was my reaction, because I have nothing to do with the United States, with Trump, or the political things over there.
And if people following this account believe that this is you, what do you want to say to them?
That it's definitely not me. Definitely. It was never me, and it will never be me. And they have to unfollow, please.
In fact, Debbie is not alone. In partnership with the Center for Information Resilience, CNN found nearly 60 fake Trump-supporting accounts. And from these, we identified nearly a dozen women, real women, from across Europe, from Denmark to the Netherlands, and as far away as Russia, whose identities are being used in accounts telling voters, American voters, to vote for Trump in the upcoming US election. Let's take a look at some of these accounts. Like Alina, 33, and voting for Trump. But she's not. She's really Camilla from Denmark.
I think it's weird. Anything that can discriminate other people on my account, because it's my little universe. I don't think it's fair.
And this one, Eva. She even has a verified blue tick, which is supposed to weed out fake accounts.
You feel very taken advantage of, also because it's kind of my image. I don't want to think people think that I do what those profiles sometimes are promoting.
We ran the suspicious X photos through a reverse image search engine and found they were lifted from Instagram posts. Certain patterns emerged. The fake accounts repost each other. It's a sign of a coordinated campaign. Here, several of the fake accounts post the exact same wording. If you're voting for the man who survived an assassination attempt, I want to follow you. It's another sign the accounts are linked. And that's not all. Some of the accounts manipulated the images of these women. Have a look at Debbie's post, the original on Instagram, and now the fake one on X. Her hat now reads "Make America Great Again." Look at this t-shirt, before and then Trump 2024. For now, we don't know who is behind all these accounts. But the former US National Security Council spokeswoman, who also used to investigate fake accounts for Twitter, told us this.
I don't think it's unreasonable to ask questions about, could there be a state actor involved? We know that there are multiple state actors who have been using social media to try to sow disinformation campaigns in the run-up to the 2024 election.
But regardless, the accounts are reaching influential politicians.
Oh, yeah.
Doug Mastriano, a Republican state senator for Pennsylvania, follows Debbie's fake account. CNN contacted the senator about the account, but has not heard back. Back in Germany, Debbie is shocked and upset that her image is being used in this way. With President Trump now back on X and Elon Musk, the owner of X, throwing his weight behind him, fake pro-Trump content appears to be flourishing, silencing the real women affected. Once again, women's rights at the very heart of this presidential election.
Well, we did reach out to X regarding these accounts, but we are yet to receive a response. We did notice that just in the last 24 hours before publishing, the majority of these accounts have been taken down. And it is worth noting that at this stage, there is no indication that the Trump campaign are involved. Erin.
Fascinating, though, and incredible as they knew about it and you had reached out that those accounts suddenly disappeared. Incredible reporting. Katie, thank you so much.
CNN senior media analyst Sarah Fisher joins us live now from New York. Sarah, good morning. Wonderful to see you as always. So what do we know about these fake pro-Trump accounts? Is it some sort of coordinated effort? What do we know about who's behind it and how it came to be?
It definitely looks like some sort of coordinated effort for a few reasons, Casey. One, a lot of these accounts are all posting the same types of messages, and they contain English language errors that are all the same across these accounts. So we assume that whoever is doing this is one big group. Is it a state-backed group? Is it an independent group? We're not quite sure. We do know that Russia, Iran, and China have targeted the U.S. in the past. So if you were to assume this was a state-backed group, likely one of those folks. But the big thing is when it's a coordinated campaign like this, you're able to scale much faster. If it's one person who's trying to steal these images and photos, repost them, edit them, this takes a long time. The CNN investigation found that these accounts came together pretty quickly, grew audiences very quickly. You can't really do that unless you are coordinated.
Really interesting. So, Sarah, I mean, what are the hurdles to doing something like this? I mean, you touched on the fact that it's hard for like a single person to make something like this, but if you are this kind of an entity, is this just a question of pushing a couple of buttons now? How easy is it for somebody to launch something like this?
You know, it's fascinating, Casey, on the AI front. Most of these images are not fully created with AI. They took someone's existing photos and they used probably not even full AI technology, right? They could have just used Photoshop or something pretty simple to superimpose like a MAGA logo onto their hat. The reason that is important is because AI tech, while super advanced, is not perfect at recreating humans, and in particular, the same human over and over and over. There are some obvious errors that AI will still make. You know, for example, the lighting on your face is very different in terms of where you're sitting, different parts of your body reflect it. AI often gets this very wrong, especially with things like ears. Ears should look red, Casey. When light shines behind, often gets that wrong. AI gets hands wrong all the time. So when it comes to this type of technology, it's not actually as useful as you'd think. Most of what people are using right now is simple things like Photoshop, and they're stealing real people's images because that's actually more realistic than trying to recreate something entirely new. But the reason that's actually a huge threat is when you're using real people's stuff, Casey, it's a lot harder for the tech platforms to detect it. And so that's why I think they were able to grow a pretty sizable operation without getting caught.
And that's why we're hearing now from a real person, a real European person with very little stake in the U.S. election, talking to us about how her face has been used. Fascinating. Sarah Fisher, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.